It can all go terribly wrong, as we all know. So, hello. No, I can't say that. Good afternoon, good evening, hello. Good morning for some of you, maybe. Monique,
Yeah.
I think it's still morning,
Exactly.
yes?
Yeah, not breakfast. I mean, not yet. So,
Oh, my goodness. I don't know if I could have your... I don't think I can have your sort of commitment to actually learn German before breakfast. It just wouldn't happen.
to make that
Okay,
possible,
so
you should be
yeah,
happy.
yeah. Hey, Shiny's here. Hi, Shiny. Hello, Bernardo. I hope you can hear us. 111 if you can hear us. Okay. Oh, Shiny's put her hand up. She wants, okay, let's cross our fingers for Shiny. Oh, that was, okay. That's Shiny invited in. I hope I didn't just get rid of Monique. you, you replied to Shiny just as I clicked on her. So I clicked on you, Monique. Are you still with us?
I'm here.
Oh, good. I was just like, oh my goodness, I hope I didn't just return her to the thing. Okay, so yeah, shiny.
Yeah.
So
Shiny, shiny. I
Shiny,
like
shiny,
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 shiny.
shiny,
Come
shiny.
here, come
shiny,
here. Join us, shiny.
shiny, can you hear us? Oh, we are silly. Can you hear us? Can we hear you? What normally happens is Shani can hear us, but we can't hear her. So I don't know what you've done to your... It's strange because we can hear you in Kitely. And if we can hear you in Kitely, we should be able to hear you here. But somehow, I don't know, you've blocked the app or you've done something. Maybe see if Aladdin can help you out in a Monday session. Because I don't know. I showed you last week what the settings should look like. I don't understand why they don't look like that. Unless you've been using Skype and somehow it's just set your microphone to be muted. Not muted, but right. That used to happen to me when I was in Skype sessions. So sometimes it's worth going into Skype and just checking where your microphone settings are. Let me just do let me show you what I mean. You go into here, your, hang on. Yep. Recording device here. You click on that, go to properties, and you go to levels, and it should be something like up here or there. And if it's down there, it's Skype that's done it to you. It will work in other things, but sometimes you have to go also into Skype and check the level there. Skype used to do that to my microphone, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong. Anyway, we will start the session because we've got a lot to do. And what we're going to do is carry on with the 10 signs that you're a hipster. Can you remember what the first 2 signs were last week?
First 2.
Yeah, the first 2 signs we discussed last week of the 10 signs you're a hipster from the video.
About the independent coffee.
Yeah.
Talk
You
about
independent
and
local coffee houses. That's right. Coffee shops.
exactly. Or
And
if you live in
also
a
where you
centric,
live.
They live
if you live in
in
a centric town.
Hipster-centric town. Yeah, it's one of those areas that
Yeah.
seems to attract hipsters or turns people into hipsters, maybe. Okay, so we're going to do more reading this week. Now, where it's got things in double quotes, okay, it is about... it's being read by somebody else, so you need to change your voice slightly. That's it, April. Yes. Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to post up the text. So I'll read out what number 8 is. You have a strong interest in handmade, independent and craft things. Okay, now hopefully you've watched the video, so this will be like a reminder of what they actually said. And I will put the text up so you can watch the video and listen to the whole thing with the text. Because do not trust the subtitles. They are so wrong. There's a very funny one, almost like the gun-wielding gorilla we had before, the gun-wielding monkey we had before. There's one of those in this text. So, Monique, you were the first in the room. Could you read the text?
Okay. Do you have to change my voice? Is that something?
Only where it's in quotes.
Let me see. Okay. So, you have a strong interest in handmade, independent, and craft things. I will not sell a single piece of firewood until it is absolutely ready. I don't care how long that takes. Regardless of a hipster's maturity level, it's always important to establish one's independence by expressing intense devotion to at least one specific art form, and preferably many. Artisanally crafted toilet paper, hand pulped and hand perforated the way toilet paper used to be. Some hipsters have long supported their favorite indie band. Others need some time to fully transition into the person that never shuts up about everything handmade, whether it's at the local coffee house or perhaps the latest local microbrewery, where you'll be forced into someday drinking while learning about every band that will be playing within walking distance that week.
Very good. I love the hipster voice.
Great. Great.
It's almost like suddenly it's turned into a drama session.
Yeah, yeah.
Fantastic.
I will not.
Yes. Hand perforated toilet paper. Okay, so it is a hipstery type thing, but I have to admit, this is an area where I might be a bit of a hipster because I do prefer handmade, handcrafted things when I can afford them. I mean, we go to the Eco Bio Foire every year, and they have the most beautiful handmade clothing made of natural fibres, no labels as such. They're made by the people selling them, but they're so expensive. I mean, they're just way out of my price. I might buy some cheese and some wine, but I very rarely buy any clothes. I
Give
bought
her
some.
some discount.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice. But no, they've got to make a living. And it's a premium cost. It's a premium amount of money for nice baggy linen trousers and baggy linen tops. So do you like handmade things, guys? Monique?
I mean, if it's something useful and if I like the design, so I don't care if it's handmade, but definitely it's not that I'm looking for handmade things, but if it's something
Okay.
that I really like, I don't care.
Okay. Okay, let's put it this way then. How can you tell if something's handmade? What defines that something is handmade? How can you tell whether it's been manufactured or if it's been handcrafted? What's the difference? As you say, if you like it, you like it.
I mean, I think when it comes to a manufacture process, so you will notice, I don't know because of the materials or because you will find several items all the same. So it means that maybe they are producing in a scale way.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I think that's the way.
Yeah, so if it's mass produced,
Hand
everything looks the same. Yeah.
Exactly, because every single piece, I mean, when it comes to a handmade thing, is unique. So because I don't know, because the
Have you ever
process is
seen the
different.
warning label on some handmade clothes? Quite often, handmade clothes will have warning labels on them saying, you may find some irregularities in the cloth. These items have been handmade. This item might be crap because it's been handmade. But it's true. I can tell when something's been made by machine and when something's been sewn by hand or created by hand. I saw because you've got the ability to manufacture things in your own house now. Do you know how? How you could manufacture stuff? Yeah, exactly, April, with mistakes, irregularities. That's right. But how can we turn ourselves into manufacturers now, if you can stand the smell? 3D printing. It's like having a little factory in your house. And if you've got you put the stuff in, you put the materials in, you put the program in, and it will print out the same thing in exactly the same way 1,000 times if you can afford the plastic. And I saw a program once where they actually had some experts looking at, and it was a 3D printer that used porcelain. I mean, that's very specialist, very expensive. Don't look for it in the shops. Not plastic, porcelain. And also handcrafted porcelain. And they didn't tell them which was handmade, which was machine made, but they preferred the handmade one because of the irregularities. The one made by machine was too perfect. Isn't that funny? That's very human, I think.
You're talking right now about. Are you talking about hipsters?
Yeah. I mean, hipsters wouldn't buy a 3D printer. Geeks buy 3D printers.
Yeah,
You
because
only
they.
find 3D printers in geek shops.
Yeah,
Go on,
because
Rima.
they're. Because how I. What is my perception of them? They like. Yes, they pretend, but maybe they are tend to buy something which is in direct link with the nature. Maybe like some kind of wooden
Stick.
woolen woolen jumpers or something.
Yeah, more natural fibers maybe, and natural, less plastic, maybe, which actually can't be a bad thing. I'm not a big fan of plastic, but it's very difficult to avoid plastic, even today with. You have to buy plastic bags if you forget your bag. It's very difficult to avoid it on packaging, etc.
But is it?
Amount of packaging.
They ignore, they despise labels. So how, as you said, but you said like
Cut the labels off.
yes, cut labels, but handcraft products, for them they don't accept to notice any labels. So it's, and I don't know, for craft, do they put like labels? For instance, if one granny was made one wool jumper, and she can't like put a label with description. It could have some kind of mistakes or irregularity. It's not possible because she lives in some very distant village, so it's not easy to her to put like a label. So I don't know how to handcraft. What did you mean, like how to notice difference between like handcrafted and manufactured.
Okay, well,
Mhm.
the manufactured items tend to, as Monique said, they tend to be made en masse. So there's lots of them in different sizes, whereas a handmade item, it's probably one size fits all, or you have to order it bespoke. You have to actually say, I want this. Okay, it'll be ready in 3 weeks, that kind of thing.
Because of space, when this item is selling, like you, if you go to some kind of, I don't know, distant area, it's no, you will notice that it's almost 100% that it is made from this place, like from that village or something like it. And but if you are buying it in a shopping mall, you are definitely sure that it's not. Almost, don't know that it's like and handcrafted tend to be more expensive than this hand, because
Yeah, and don't get too confused about this idea of the label. By label, they don't mean they don't want any label in there. Washing instructions are fine. They mean a label, the designer label, the label that says
the name,
Marks
like
and
name.
Spencer's, the name, yeah, that says, I don't know, George. That's one very common label from Asda's range of mass-produced clothing, very cheap. But also Marks and Spencer's, a little bit more upmarket, but still frowned upon because it's Marks and Spencer's, big chain. So it's more, if you decided to start knitting, Rima, and selling your stuff, I'm sure they'd be fine with a label that said Rima handmade. There will be irregularities.
Oh no, my fingers are so clumsy.
Oh,
Don't expect it. I have to disappoint.
Eleanor's found Hi. Oh. You had to reset your router. Oh no. Okay, I'm inviting you in. So hopefully that will make up for it. Okay, router resetting. That's a pain. That takes ages. Anyway, any questions about the text? Anything you're not sure of? I mean, the artisanally crafted toilet paper, going a bit far, but I do use recycled paper. I buy recycled toilet paper. It's not being recycled from other toilet paper, you'll be glad to know, but it's recycled from other paper products. I prefer that to cutting down a tree. Even it's not quite as fluffy as not recycled paper. I prefer it makes me feel better, I guess. I suppose that's my hippie coming out rather than hipster though, I think. Hello, Eleanor. Can I hear you? Can you hear me?
I hope you can hear me.
I
I
can
can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good,
Oh,
good.
wonderful. I'm very late today, but this time it's not my fault.
No, it sounds
It's
like you've been back
connection.
technical issues, yeah. But it worked. Whatever you
Yeah.
had to do, it worked. So you're back online, which is great. Hand pulped, not necessarily, April. I shouldn't think the toilet paper is actually handmade. That would be very expensive stuff to wipe your bottom with, to be honest. Hand pulped paper, I do have some. For my crafting, it's very nice. It's thicker. There's lots of irregularities in hand pulped paper. It's very nice if you're making cards or postcards, that kind of thing. So, yes, I do have hand pulped paper, but not to wipe my bottom with. No. Okay, let's carry on. Rima, if you would like to read the next bit, which is number 7. Okay, I'm going to give you the whole thing. And again, watch out for the double quotes. That's when I want you to change your voice into a hipster style voice. Okay.
Okay. April asks question meaning.
Yeah. Do you know what she's asking?
Hand pulp.
Oh, what does hand pulped mean? Yeah, I can't do.
Only.
I've got a mind.
We are all your assistants, no problem.
I've got you. Hand pulp means handmade. When you're making paper, I don't know if you ever made paper at school, but you have to pulp whatever material so that it's wet and fibrous. Whatever you can do it with newspaper. You put it in the liquidizer with water, and then you add glue to it to make papier-mâché, and that'd be hand-pulped papier-mâché. Okay, so hand-pulped just means shredded by hand and made into a mush by hand. Okay, it would be very, very expensive toilet paper. I do not think hand-pulped toilet paper exists. I honestly, in fact, let's ask Google. Hand-pulped toilet paper. Oh God, if it does exist, I'm going to. Okay, there's rustic weave quilted northern's new artisanal toilet paper. Okay, so I don't think it's actually true. Quilted northern rustic weave artisanal toilet paper on YouTube, but I can assure you, I don't think you can buy it. Not even in the most hipstery, hippie shop. Okay? Is that okay, April? Try to write sentences, though. What does hand-pulped mean? It's very helpful. Okay, Rima, if you'd like to start reading.
Okay. Number 7. You collect the records and other antiquities. I'm getting very stressed out that the head of our school does not know about noise. These are the people teaching our kids. Oh, you download MP3s and listen to Spotify. While it's not yet possible to physically time travel, don't tell a hipster that. It's a piece of crap. It doesn't work. Why? Because he or she somehow knows everything about the vinyl age due to endless hours of roaming about record stores and posturing as if we were back in those days. it's like I don't even know Arcade Fire anymore, and not at the time when it's socially acceptable to mumble and stare at your phone while in conversation with another human being. The hipsters always has at least one vintage accessory on hand, usually a camera, and while it may be digital, is still has the feel and the look of something from the past.
Very good. Not easy, eh? Changing your voice. Okay,
Especially
do
you.
listen to the recording and think, now, do I sound any different?
Maybe not.
That's a good
Not
question.
much.
Let me close my eyes.
Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, let's think. I mean, buying vinyl. Who in my house might buy vinyl? Who in my house goes into record shops and spends hours there but would refuse to say he postures? My husband. My husband's a hipster. He's got a beard, you know. I'm going to get divorced if he ever sees this video. And he wears glasses now. Yay, he's a hipster. He's got a bike.
Unicycle.
Okay. So this idea, and I don't know if you've noticed, has it happened in your country that vinyl is really hip at the moment? People are buying records, vinyl records? Or is this just a UK American thing?
We have the same here. I mean, if you go to the
Yeah?
flea market on
No,
weekends, you
no,
can
this isn't
find
the
just
flea market. No. These are brand new pressings.
no.
Vinyl is back. Black is back, as they call it.
I don't know.
Amy Winehouse. Well, it was like I think that DJs were playing their music on the decks before, and now they are using more CDs, instead of vinyls.
Oh,
Actually,
see, not CDs, really? Oh, the sound is awful. You can't
but
get the sound of a vinyl record. You just can't beat it. The richness, the little flaws and clicks that you can hear. Sorry, I'm being a hipster there, by the way. That's how they talk about vinyl. I'm not joking now.
But yes, Lynn. But they're like they are now. Maybe it's I don't know. Probably it's more expensive to like
They are very expensive.
record it on the vinyl than on the CD. But
They're not
before
cheap to
maybe
buy, Rima. They're not cheap to buy. Okay,
yes,
these
that's
are
one.
expensive. And my husband was delivered of a whole box set of Mogwai LPs yesterday, and he still won't tell me how much he paid for them. Everything's coming back. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. What goes around comes around, we say in English. Huh? What goes around comes around. And to be
But
honest, there is something nice about vinyl. Not to me the sound. I can't tell the difference between an MP3, a CD, a FLAC, a vinyl record, or anything. But what is nice is the artwork is nicer. You know, you get the vinyl, you get the big LP, and it's got the artwork on it, and it's so creative. Sometimes it's fantastic. You don't get that in a plastic little box, and it's less plastic. Come on, it's got to be good for the environment.
you can scratch on it if you're teaching.
Yes, if you're not careful, and I'm not allowed to touch the record player because I might knock the balance out of true. Okay, so I can play CDs, MP3, yeah, but don't touch the record player. It's balanced to perfection. Welcome to my world, guys.
Yeah.
You have them as well. Yes, exactly. Very hipster. Very hipster.
Yeah.
This retro kind of thing. And April, I'm not sure if having an old camera with a roll of film in it makes you a hipster. Do you still use the camera with your roll of film in it? Having it in I've got one. It's in a drawer. I don't use it. That would make me a not hipster. Just having it doesn't make you a hipster. Using it, going out and taking photos, maybe. Like in the video. If you watch the video again, you'll see there's a guy and he's got a really old-fashioned camera that uses the flash. Okay, that's hipstery. But just having an old camera stuck in a drawer doesn't make you a hipster. Okay, but hipsters would frown upon you saying you'd bought an MP3. Oh, an MP3. Oh, ew. How could you? Just take it with you isn't enough. Well, that comes down to the part-time punks again, doesn't it? Putting a Mohican wig on and dressing up with a couple of bin liners and some pins for the weekend does not make you a punk. Okay, so it may be a part-time hipster if you just carry it around your neck.
Don't judge about book from
by its cover. Very true. Okay, Elinor, are you ready to read?
Yes, I am.
You've got a really difficult one, and I'm so sorry. Now, the rule for today is when it's in double quotes, you have to change your voice into a hipstery style voice. Okay? However you imagine a hipster might sound. Okay?
I
so
only
there's
copied
your text.
into my doc to make it bigger.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, cut and paste, that's fine.
Oh, why doesn't working? Yes, nearly. Just little moments. Number 6. You own a fixed gear bike or a unicycle? Bicycle race, bicycle race, bicycle race, bicycle. I'm on the bike. I'm on the bike. I'm on the bike. I'm gonna turn. You gotta tell me, watch out. Bike, 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 bike. If you're a modern day hipster, you're likely living in a hipster neighborhood, riding to and fro on the or on some time of fixed gear bicycle to cruise around town. Do you bike for exercise? No, of course you don't bike for cardio. You bike to promote your personal brand and the whole package you got going on. And if you're really on top of your game, then you own yourself a unicycle, which obviously draws attention and further strengthens the identity you crave. Hi, I get this hell lane. 10 feet rule, Oregon state law, 10 feet. Hi, birds. You guys have little bikes?
Okay. Very nicely done. But I'm so glad you got that. I'm so glad you got that.
This was sadistic indeed.
Bicycle. Bicycle. Not bicycle. 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 Bicycle.
Bicycle. Bicycle. Yes. Okay.
Oh dear. Every single one. I hope you're full now. You've got all those ulls inside you. You swallowed every ull there. Bicycle, tricycle, and unibike. Okay, so any questions there? You have to watch the video, guys, to see why he's going, hey, birdies, you got little bikes? So has anybody here ridden on a unicycle? That was a unicycle, April. Uni, 1, singular, 1 wheel. Bicycle, by, 2. Tricycle, try, 3. Okay, so if you...
April, I don't know, maybe she thought like fixed gear, because on this bicycle, how I understand it, like that you can't change gears, like
but it would still have... It would still be a bicycle. It just wouldn't have Shimano gears. Yeah, the old single, 1 gear, basically. Single speed. And all the more expensive for it. That's what fixed gear means, April. Okay, but a unicycle, one wheel. Okay.
Lynn, did you tell that it's more expensive even with this fixed gear than
Well, it's
this?
specialist now. Anybody can buy a 12-gear bike. If you want a special fixed gear bike,
Oh, yeah. You have to
specialist now, isn't
find
it?
specialist supplier for you.
Absolutely. It's gone crazy. The world's gone mad, okay? Single speed is suddenly better than 12 gears, 24 gears, 18 gears, yeah? It's like the big thing that they put on the sign, single speed bikes here. And I'm like, but that's so going backwards.
Boring.
It's so going backwards. I like my gears. I don't quite change them properly sometimes. I make life difficult for myself, my husband says. But I do like the fact that if I'm going uphill and struggling, I can at least change gears. But there you go. Okay.
Have
Any
you
other questions?
rode?
Yep.
Have you rode this fixed gear bike?
Have you what? Have
Ever.
you
You ever? I don't know. Past participle. Right.
ridden?
Ridden. Okay.
To ride, rode, ridden. As a child, yeah, that's all we could afford. It was like, really sneered upon by the other kids who'd got 18-gear Shimanos. I was on my little fixed single-gear bike. I was behind everybody because I had no gears to change. So I don't get why they're so popular suddenly. And as for unicycles, never on a month of Sundays. I doubt I could even get on one, never mind ride it around. Has anybody here ridden on a... I don't know, somehow, Poetry, I can see you on a unicycle. Or maybe not. Probably.
Sorry, do you?
Yeah, I was saying,
I
have you
don't
ever
have
ridden a unicycle? Have you ever ridden a unicycle? A one?
No,
No. Oh,
I still have a bicycle.
April, I don't think I could unicycle either. You need really good
But
balance.
I think it's not easy to keep balance. Perhaps I'm not right. I have never tried. I can't tell, but I
It's
have
not.
such
But
impression.
somehow kids can do it. We've got some kids around here, and they go out on their in my day, when you were a child, you would be on a tricycle. That's what I had. That's what I learnt. Probably didn't do me any favors. I learnt on something like this, a tricycle, 3 wheels. Can you see? 1, 2, 3, 2 back wheels and 1 front wheel. Much steadier, it's much better balance. And now I ride a bicycle, but a unicycle, no way. No way.
It's like for me, it's like a Charlie Chaplin movies. I think that.
Yeah, to me, it belongs in the circus. Okay, not on the street.
It's a circus, maybe.
That's the only thing I can think, because it's only when you are at the circus or maybe some street performance. But and yeah, some crazy people, because I've seen them just riding on those things, but no way. No, it's
Well,
impossible.
when I was at university, they actually had a unicycle hockey team. And they would go zooming around the university on their little unicycles. They were a menace. They were a menace. They didn't even have a bell. They were like, oh, watch out, no brakes. I'm like, oh, for God's sake, get a life. But yeah, even in those days, there were hipster tendencies cropping up. And then they'd juggle. Just to show off, they'd juggle whilst they were unicycling. As I say, it belongs in the circus. But any questions? April prefers a scooter. Depends what you mean, April. You certainly wouldn't call it a step. Scooter, I presume you mean something along the lines of... Now, a scooter tends to be, in my head, motorized. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
However, you can get little scooters that are... okay, so let me show you. This is a scooter, which is like a motorcycle.
Trendy
Okay.
now, by the way.
Very trendy, especially if you've got a retro one. Oh, no, doesn't want to show me that one. There you go. It's on Wikipedia, so it should be okay. Okay, so this is, to me, is that the kind of scooter you mean, April? Or is this the kind of scooter you mean? Because that's also a scooter, but you scoot along. You put one foot on the foot plate there, and your other foot pushes you along. They're also very popular around here with the young kids.
But for children, yes.
For children, yes. Yeah. Although, to be honest, yes, this is a university town. You get students on them as well. And they'd go really fast and on the pavement. They're a menace. They are a menace. Okay, April's not telling us which one she means, so we'll have to... I prefer her on a little red scooter, to be honest. Okay, so we're back to Monique. Number 5, Monique. And this one really annoys me. You can guess why.
Number 5.
Don't forget the voice change.
Wear thick horn rim. Okay. Number 5. You wear thick horn rimmed glasses. That's how you turn Ariel into hipster Ariel. Here's another essential component of hipster branding package, a pair of large black specs that allow for versatility in conversation, even if you don't actually need them. You just rock massive horn rimmed specs because of the intellectual vibe and because they make you more interesting too. Whether you've got them propped down low on your nose, or if you are someone that likes to stick your nose in the air during a tense verbal battle on some ridiculously subjective topic. They just provide a little extra flair and somehow bring more weight to your words. Because adult education's a wonderful thing. You meet a lot of interesting professors, it's stimulating.
Oh, I was so hoping you would do Woody Allen there. But,
Woody Allen, it was...
Very good, though. Very good. Now, why would I find that annoying? Any ideas?
Because
you wear glasses?
Yeah,
I have to wear glasses, yeah.
Because you have a thick glasses.
Years of being called Four Eyes. Years of being called Four Eyes. And suddenly it's trendy to wear glasses. And people are wearing glasses with no glass in, just so they can have the frames on their noses so they can look more intellectual. I'm like, yeah, try being as blind as a bat without them. And the other problem is when you go into the opticians now, all you can buy are great big heavy framed glasses that make you look like Joe 90. Does anybody know who I mean by Joe 90? Am I showing my age? I didn't used to watch it, by the way. I was way before my time. Okay, this is Joe 90. Who'd have guessed he was a hipster? But these horrible, big, thick frame glasses, they're all you can buy now. It's terrible. Okay. Any questions? Okay, April. Oh, right. You had to refresh. Okay. Is it working now? Let's hope you can hear us. So any questions about the text? You know what it means? You just rock massive horn-rimmed specs. Do you know what that actually means? You rock something like that. You just rock massive horn-rimmed specs.
Maybe to wear in this context.
Yeah, exactly. But to wear in a really stylish way. Yeah. If you rock something, you make it really right on. Yeah. It's rocking. It's nothing to do with either rocking movement ways or rock music. It's just, you can say to somebody, oh, you rock.
You rock.
You're really good. Yeah, exactly. And specs, do you know what specs is short for?
Spectacles.
Yeah.
Spectacles. Yes, the old-fashioned term for glasses. Yeah, spectacles. And yeah, you rock them. I don't rock my specs, though. I really don't. And I can't decide whether I wear them on the edge. If I wear them on the end of my nose, which they do sometimes slide down when it's hot, I always push them up to the top. But I hope I don't go around with my nose up in the air, pretending to be intellectually superior. I'm sure people think I'm a hipster. Rima?
Like to seem that you want to catch the cloud with your nose.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you rocked on the previous session when you were singing.
Thanks. Now, what does it mean if I say I turned my nose up at it, though? There is a little idiom to turn your nose up at something. Any idea what that means?
That you don't want to maybe to speak with someone.
That would be to turn your nose up at someone. But no, if I turned my nose up, okay, let's try this one from the Cambridge. She turned up her nose at the job. Okay, what do you think that would mean? If she did she take the job or did she turn the job down? Was she happy or was she not happy?
She turned it down. She turned it down.
She turned it down. Yeah. If you turn your nose up at something, you reject it because you think it's not good enough for you. So there's this, like,
but there's the same for the person.
In the air, to be a snob kind of thing and to be superior. But there's also the same movement that means you don't like something. Okay? Don't you love English? Okay, Rima, you're going to do number 4. Don't forget the voice change.
Yeah, don't forget.
Try it, okay?
Don't forget. I will try it. Okay. Eleanor has good advice because it's so small. Just okay. Number 4. You cannot speak honestly without sarcastic humor. Oh yeah, he's cool. Are you being sarcastic, dude? I do not even know anymore. Now, this is what you call a paradox. A seemingly gentle hipster individual that exudes a quiet rage masked with sarcastic humor. Despite knowing that you're in the actual presence of a hipster, it still might take the basic individual just a few seconds to process that you're actually being patronized or at the receiving end of a passive-aggressive tongue lashing. Ramona, I like your outfit. Affordable? The sarcastic hipster is one that likes to remind of his or her affinity for sarcasm, as if we did not already know of it. Yet they still think it's cute and quirky, and not all predictable and boring. Actually, I've come around on hipsters takes a lot of guts to all wear the same hat.
Okay, very good. Now you've got a very important one here.
No, it wasn't good.
Not dude.
Dude, okay.
Yeah, due is DUE. Yeah, it was due. It was overdue when something's past the date it was expected by. Okay, the report, your homework is due in next week. Yeah, dude.
That's Bart Simpson. Yes.
Yeah, dude. Exactly. Yes.
Oh, yes.
And then not at all. Not all is not the same as not at all. Okay. Not all means not everything. Not at all means don't mention it. Okay, or it isn't. Okay. So, oh, thank you. Not at all means that's okay. Thank you. Don't need to mention it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And not at all predictable means not in any way predictable. It's not at all predictable. It's not all predictable means some of it might be predictable. Not at all predictable means none of it could be predicted. Okay? So you need that little preposition to change it.
Okay.
Okay,
Thanks.
so try dude.
Dude. Okay.
Hey, yo, dude.
Dude.
And I loved it. Very well done on the Ramona. I like your outfit. Affordable. That's so sarcastic. As in, was it cheap? Meow. Now, I'm afraid I am a bit of a hipster here, but I try not to be sarcastic anymore. But I have got a sarcastic turn of phrase. I've worked very hard, especially since teaching English, not to be sarcastic, because it doesn't work with language learners. They don't get it, and it can be mean. It can be so mean to be sarcastic. You know, you said, "Oh, well done," and they think you mean it, and you're like saying, "Oh, that was rubbish."
Yes, Lynn, you could say for my.
No, but it's not fair to do it. It's not fair to do it. I hate sarcastic teachers. We have ours. I don't know if your teachers were like that, but yeah. Teachers at my school, they were so sarcastic. You could never tell whether they were being genuine or not. You love sarcasm sometimes. Yes, Monique? Really?
Yeah.
Do you like being sarcastic or do you like receiving sarcasm?
Both. Yeah, I don't care, you know. I mean, I don't care. But the thing is, when you can understand what, you know, and when you know, of course, the person, you know, oh my God, sarcasm, right? So, and you are just maybe having that double conversation.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
you watch
meaning.
Big Bang Theory, don't you, Monique? And he's always Sheldon's always having to check. Yeah, was that sarcasm? Yeah, that was sarcasm. Was that sarcasm?
Yeah.
No, that
He
wasn't
has to do
sarcasm.
that.
Yeah, he has to check. And that's the same if you use sarcasm with somebody who's not a native speaker. I just think it's unfair.
So heavy for us. I think for us, like learners, it's so hard to use. Maybe in our own languages, it's easy, but not in.
Absolutely. I mean, people hear my husband and I when we speak to each other sometimes, and we're so sarcastic sometimes to each other. But it's funny. But it wouldn't be funny if somebody doesn't. If somebody's not in on the joke, it's not funny. So I have pulled back a lot from being sarcastic.
Because maybe we can't understand some words from your
some words,
like,
all the intonation, you know.
Yeah. It's like very hard.
April's asking, "Am I sarcastic?" I'll mark that one as answered. I think we can all be sarcastic if we want to be. But we have to be careful that everybody's in on the joke and everybody finds it funny. Okay, so the next one, Eleanor, would you like to read? Do you want to poll?
Okay, no, by
sure?
serious, I have.
Okay, here's your text. If you cut and paste it, I'll set up the poll for April.
Thank you. Just a little moment. The font is usually very small, you know. Number 3. You have a beard, mustache, or longish hair. All right, a lot of hair there. What do you think? We are seeing hipster, all right? At this very moment, one of you is in the process of growing out a sprawling beard. But it's not from warmth on the high seas. It's because you think it looks cool. Because it makes you look like, yes, a classic hipster. You just don't see buzz-cutted, baby-faced hipsters. Aside from the glasses and the hats, numbers 1, beards, mustaches, it doesn't matter what style. Hipster 101. Instead, hipsters favor a pairing of long messy tresses. with an aggressive patch of facial hair groomed or so carefully into that just woke up and couldn't care less about their appearance look. It's an irony so deep even the ironic are not aware of just how ironic it truly is. Ironically, I'd love to see what you look like without your beard. Well, I could, but stop hiding your real self, not stop hiding your real cow. Oh,
Okay, that little bit at the end, not not stop hiding your real cow. That's what the translator says on the video. Stop hiding your real cow. And she actually shouts, "Stop hiding your real self." Okay, so I need you to repeat this after me. Style.
style, style.
That's it. But then when we see 101 like that, hipster 101, it's like hipster basics. So if you went to English 101, it would be like an English class for beginners. So hipster 101. We don't say 101. Hipster
I
101.
see. Yeah,
Okay?
hipster 101. Okay,
That's it. Yeah. And it means like the basic class, the ground rules of being
fine.
a hipster. Okay? And we've got some little hipster guys here with some hipster accoutrements as well. We'll go through those in a minute. So we're back round to Monique. Monique, are you ready?
Can you hear me? Because I don't know if I'm
Yeah.
having some problems with my
Are
connection.
you having an issue?
But can you hear me well?
Yep, we can hear you fine. Yeah, I can hear you fine
Okay,
anyway.
let's see.
So I'll give you a
Okay.
111. Okay, this is
Okay.
quite a long one. Okay. But I just want
Oh
to hear
yeah.
your hipster voice.
Okay. Number 2. You wear plaid shirts, tight jeans, and ironic t-shirts. Is the trifecta, I don't know, of absolute hipsterdom. Flat top skinny jeans and that clever tee that immediately makes a bold statement about your intellectual prowess. Prowess. Okay. I actually just finished a lengthy dissertation on this exact topic just last night. How do you bang out these topical discourses so quickly, Oliver? It's impressive. If you've uh, if you've actually squeezed your body into a pair of skinny jeans, regardless of your actual size or shape, then you have hipster tendencies. Now I know. I don't know if I. Okay. It's like I wish there were more pants where there aren't. And if you already know you're for wearing a plethora of plaid tops, well, you're either wearing the uniform of hipsters or are you a lumberjack, which is okay. Dude, why are you wearing skinny jeans? Because they're hip. It doesn't really matter if you go shopping alone at the thrift shop either, because your physical presence in such a store adds to your obvious hipster vibe. No, I'm not a hipster at all. Yeah, you don't seem to hate a lot of things at the bottom of your pants are awful tight. I don't like Los Angeles. It doesn't make me a hipster. Before we unveil our number one pick, here are some honorable mentions. These are technically Oxford shoes right here, but this bragging is the style that's on top of all of it. You are not a hipster? No. Oh my God. No. I hate them. We hope that we are building equity in a company that will be worth, hopefully, more in the future. A lot of quotes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, a lot of quotes. So now I just lost the track. Like,
I
who's
know.
talking now?
Where's the quote end? I'm so sorry.
Bravo, Monique.
Very well done.
Oh my God,
Very well done.
a lot of people here.
It
Yeah,
is
I was trying
hipster's
to remember
language.
the
Yeah.
video. So who's speaking? Who's speaking?
Okay, again, watching the video, just if you watch the video, you'll see. I love the bit. And
Yeah.
it does show, especially that bit at the end. No, I'm not a hipster. I hate them. No, oh my God, no, I hate them. And it's like this person that looks so hipsterish. It's so funny. But that's the kind of reaction people will have to them. And there is real hatred for this movement of people. It's strange. I think they're pretty harmless to me, but I think it's that air of intellectual superiority that they exude that might be the root cause. So the bit where he says about the actually just finished a lengthy dissertation on this exact topic just last night. I'm like, yeah, sure you did. But well done. Very good. Any questions? I mean, that last bit, we hope that we're building equity in a company that will be worth hopefully more in the future. Again, entrepreneurialism in hipsterishiness. Yeah, it's this idea of starting companies up and then selling them on and making money. So that's another reason that they do diverge from hippies. Okay. Any questions?
Yeah, here is this brogging or bragging? No, what is
Broguing. Broguing.
Brogging.
You
What is
have to be
brogging?
into your that's not the word I thought you might ask about trifecta.
Okay, you can add that as well.
Okay, brogues, they're more of a man's shoe. Okay, ladies, I mean, some women do. Annie
For
Hall, for
work.
example. Yeah, work shoes, nice looking work shoes, and they're called brogues because they have this type of stitching. Okay, they're a formal shoe. I'm just trying to find one I can share, a picture I can share relatively safely. Oh, I don't think these guys will
In
mind.
the Rocky Road of
the
Dublin, they
advertising.
mentioned brogue.
Yeah, exactly. And if you look at these shoes, you see the detailing with the little holes and the stitching. Yeah, that's what defines brogues. Okay, so very formal wear, old-fashioned type of shoes. And these guys are probably with laces as well. No Velcro, no buckles, laces in leather with top stitching brogues. Okay, here they are. Here. Okay, is that okay, Monique? Oh, I think Monique has lost her voice now.
So I mean, this is brogues. Like
No, I couldn't. I cannot hear. I cannot hear a word. So no, I don't know. It's cutting off for me at the
Okay,
moment. So
sorry.
no
Can
problem.
anybody
Just
hear
go
me?
on.
Okay, I'll just keep going on.
Maybe it's
Okay,
me.
you have a pair
It's me,
but
it's me.
without holes. Okay, April. Yeah, the stitching, the top stitching. What do you mean by which are brogues, Rima?
no, I thought like because of this song that this is like totally different shoes for like working hard, like on docks of the sea, like
Shoes
for
on dogs?
no on
Have you
docks,
got a picture?
docks,
Oh, on the
like,
docks? No, they're work boots. No, you need hard.
like work boot.
Yeah,
I
work
thought that
boots.
that is brogues because of
No. Work boots are the ones with the steel toes. Safety boots, they might be called as well. Work boots, safety footwear, but no, you wouldn't wear brogues to a
like Dr. Martens. What
Doc
kind
Martens are more like work boots. Yeah, not
work
Dr.
boot?
Martens. Don't call them Dr. Martens. That is so uncool. Doc Martens. Okay.
Doc Martens. Okay.
Yeah. And they do look, the original ones, there are lots of rip-off copies of Doc Martens. Okay. So if you want to find the original ones, you have to be very careful. Yeah, and you have to go for those. These are Doc Martens with the laces, but they're boots. They're not brogues. And they've got stitching and big thick soles. Okay, so yes, they've got the top stitching, but they're boots, Doc Marten boots, and they look more like work boots or safety shoes. Okay.
You didn't change. Still stays the same picture with the shoes.
Oh, okay.
These brown shoes still.
Oh, that's strange. I think you're.
Melvin
I've
and
changed it
Hamilton.
several times, so I think it might be your.
Or maybe it's my okay.
Yeah. Did anybody else see the shoes change? No, it's on sale. April's going to buy herself a pair of Doc Martens. Monique, did you see it change? Don't forget, if you're having problems, you can just click on refresh. It should bring you back. I hate pull-on Doc Martens. They're so not right. They're very popular amongst students as well, because one pair of these will last you a lifetime. Can you see the change, Marco? Rima?
Yes, I can.
You can see it good, Monique? Yes, if you can't see the change, Rima,
That's
it's
my
your...
problem. Okay, mine.
Yeah, okay. Yep, it's just your connection. Don't worry about it. You can Google it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so how are we doing for time? Yeah, we're running out of time. So let's finish off the video with number one. What do you think what number one might be? Can you remember if you've watched the video? Okay, bye, Monique. Okay, bye. So what do you think might be number one? Any idea? Have a look at here and what can you recognize from what we've discussed so far from this picture? Oh, what was trifecta? Yeah, trifecta is kind of a gambling thing. It's a bet where you try and figure out the first, so like the winner, the second, and the third. Okay, so try. And you can win a lot of money that way. If you can figure out who's going to win, put a bet on that, and then you double it up for the second, and then you double it up again for the third. It's a trifecta bet. Okay? So what might be number one?
Maybe about music.
Well, we talked about indie bands earlier. I just don't get Arcade Fire anymore. Okay, so we got the music there, yeah. Got the bike.
Bike, coffee shops.
Yeah, the coffee. Smoking a pipe, the beards and the hairstyles. The fashion, the plaid shirts, yeah, the hats. The man bag. Shoes.
Tight trousers.
The tight trousers, yes. I just wish there was more pants where there aren't any. Okay. Well, let's see. Rima, let's give you the text. Number one.
Number one. Yeah, just a second. Number one. You hate the mainstream Rage Against the Machine. Rage Against is that's right, you knew about the Black Keys and the White Stripes before they were staples of pop culture, but now you just despise them, based mainly on the fact that less informed individuals invaded your musical space. You're also just a little bit smarter than most when it comes to the arts and living a fruitful life in general. And you've got at least one issue that's deeply important to you right now, but unfortunately won't be important enough next year when life changes a bit and it starts becoming the cool thing to do. You hate the mainstream, but you still need it, if only to hate it. But how can I be a nonconformist if I'm still conforming? Exactly. Do you agree with our list? What do you think defines a hipster? Look at these peasants. Look at these peasants. I'll make this into an ironic t-shirt.
Very good. Well done. So that's number one, hating the mainstream. Remember what I said about the labels? It's not the labels, it's what the labels say. So if somebody brought out a hipster brand, that would be so anti-hipster. Yeah, it's just not the sort of thing hipsters would want to see. And so it wouldn't succeed You know, oh, why not buy a hipster t-shirt? No, we don't buy branded t-shirts. We buy t-shirts with funny sayings on them, etc. Okay?
Yeah, and especially this sentence that you are, especially that you are smarter
Yeah,
about when it comes to
with
arts or
your
something.
glasses.
Yes.
Because they make you look smarter, don't they? Yeah. It must be. It's like magic. It's like magic. Okay, so can you think of anything else that you would think might kind of define a hipster in your head?
Maybe when they go to vacation or something like it, when they go to seaside, they don't want um to be placed to accommodate themselves into hotels. They prefer maybe to go to some bungalows or something to be
Possibly,
different.
yeah, maybe.
That just I don't
So
know.
let's put it this way. Who do you think would win in a fight? A hipster or a hippie?
Oh, definitely for me, definitely like a real fight or like
Mm,
competition.
yeah, why not?
If it's real fight, I think that hipsters, because for me they are maybe just pretenders. They are like practice because I don't know much about hippie. I heard about them maybe because there was children of flower something like they were very peaceful. Maybe they wouldn't want to fight and they
Yeah,
would
they'd be going,
allow
chill out,
hipsters to beat
man.
them to beat them. Don't beat me.
Hey, dude, there's no need to get heavy, man.
Yeah.
What do you think, Eleanor? Who would win in a fight, the hipster or the hippie?
I'm hesitating. I really don't know.
Okay, the guy in the caftan or the guy in the plaid shirt?
Or perhaps a guy in the kaftan. Yes, I prefer kaftans.
Okay, there we go. We've got a fight on our hands. Eleanor disagrees with you, Marco. Rima, what do you think,
But
April? Who's going to
okay.
win? By the way, Rage Against the Machine is a band. Okay, so it's Rage Against the Machine. Rage it. Where do hipsters live actually? Well, if you remember the first part of the text from last week, in America there are hipster-centric towns, and that was, where was it? Brooklyn, Minneapolis, Austin, Portland.
Yeah.
Okay. And in the UK, definitely London, Brighton. There's a strong hipstery community there. I haven't seen that many in Germany, but there is a little cafe that I sometimes go to when I go into town, and they serve salad and quiche. And the guy who owns it, definitely a hipster, but he's one of those passive aggressive hipsters. So, not a hippie. Sure. I mean, considering he serves quiche, he's definitely not a hippie because he has signs out at lunchtime that says that tables are reserved for people who are eating here. No, hipsters are not isolated. No, hipsters, they kind of go around in packs.
Like Wolfpack.
Like wolves, yes. Well, they've got to have intellectually stimulating conversation. We've also got another cafe that looks hipsterish in its kind of design, wooden, dark. But to be honest, but there are no hipsters. So normal people go in there with screaming children, and people like me go in there. So that's quite amusing. But yeah, you'll know it when you see it, April. I take it there's not a big hipster community in your city, April. You've got this idea of this lone hipster, maybe somewhere. Well, watch out for them. Watch out for them. Check out the next guy you see with a beard. See what kind of bike he's cycling. Is it a fixed gear bike? Is he wearing thick-rimmed glasses?
And
Or is he
trousers.
got tight-fit trousers? Yeah. Or even worse, tight-fit shorts and a plaid shirt? Or is he in a kaftan with a peace symbol and flowers in his hair, carrying a guitar?
But that's
How can you
that,
tell?
but that's really rare. I mean, here I don't know. Maybe for to notice one hippie, it's really rare, like almost impossible. Maybe some kind of it's really rare here. Like I don't know when I notice someone like to wear kaftans and like peace symbols or something
No,
to
the hippies are dying breeds. You'll normally find them in the desert.
but
They've
could
been
you
pushed
find
out into the fringes.
like someone like die hard fan of hippie movement? Did you notice anyone in Berlin?
Oh, in Berlin. Oh, yeah. But there's a lot of punk as well there. Just look out for some VW camper vans, the old retro style VW camper vans, and yeah, people with no socks on, long hair, the mustache or the beard, yeah, but and definitely jeans and a no slogan t-shirt. No self-respecting hippie would wear a t-shirt with the slogan on it. So I think that's one of the things that defines the two. And definitely not a plaid shirt, not a lumberjack shirt. No, 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 no. But it's not one thing, remember, April. So next time you see a guy with a beard, don't go, "Are you a hipster?" Because you've got to have the whole kit and caboodle going on. Yeah, the man bag, the retro camera, the hat, the funny tie, and money. Now, that's the big difference between hipsters and hippies. Hipsters do not reject money. They reject labels, but they do not reject money. The hipster style is an expensive style, if only in hair gel. You know, this hair doesn't happen all on its own, you know. Whereas the hippies, they turned their back on money. So they have things in common: music, yeah, nature. They both love nature. Handcrafted items, but a hippie's more likely to make his own things, whereas a hipster is more likely to go and buy handcrafted items from a hippie, maybe. They do have distinctive shoes or lack of them. Yeah. Not caring about carrying a bag, old stuff, retro stuff, definitely. Smoking, they have something in common as well, but hippies are more likely to smoke something that hipsters don't. And yeah, the beards for the men, of course, the long hair again. And hippies are less likely to be into technology. Yeah, so hipsters and geeks are into technology. Hippies are more into nature, man, peace and love. And on that note, we will end our series on hippies versus hipsters. And I think it was a draw. You
it's
just
a draw.
don't have many
We have
to.
yeah.
Okay. So when I'm back, we'll start a different topic. If you have a suggestion, let me know on the forum. If not, I'll pick something out of the hat and we'll start with that. I hope you enjoyed the session. I'll put up the scripted text, okay, with the video on the magazine probably. So if you want to, you can listen and read the whole thing. Okay.
Great.
I'm off next week. Yes, as April kindly reminded me. There is no session next week. Thank you, April. What would I do without you? Okay, take care then. Thanks for coming. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.